When you can empty yourself of mind and rest in that, which is only love, all-knowing, the I am that. When you can relieve yourself of all hatred and malice, it is then that you'll see. When you forgive and you deeply accept and warmly and compassionately love those who have harmed you and see that in all actuality there's really nothing to forgive, it's then that you shall be free. Free of your resentments, heal your anger, heal your pain and wounding, and you shall see the divine's work within you. But in order to heal all these things, you must know that there is a higher purpose to being here than just body lusts and material gain. And you must connect with that inner knowing within you that there is something deeper available, a true connection with the divine. A connection so deep that it can heal and transmute any pain and suffering. When you discover and you experience this true connection by cleansing yourself of all that it is not, miraculous miracles happen. So how do we let go of resentments when we're pissed about something? How do we let it go? A good way is if you've done any other healing work. If you've ever forgiven anybody ever in your past, a good way would be to compare it to that. And I guarantee that the only reason that you could forgive this person, whoever it was in the past, if you've forgiven somebody, is because, and it took a lot for you to do it, but it is because you saw the lesson from it, right? You gained something positive out of it. You learned the lesson and therefore became thankful for the lesson, and therefore you were able to forgive, right? Oh, there's nothing to forgive. I mean, man, had this not happened, this wouldn't have happened, so thank you. So when we hold resentments within us, and almost everyone does. I do not anymore. I certainly did at one time. I remember when I was a teenager, I got kidney stones when I was 16 years old. Why? Because I was angry. Because I was angry at my father. He did not love me properly. So I believed, at the time, which really, when you look back on your life and all the things, all the deep dives that I've done, you look at forgiveness in a whole new and different light. So really there's nothing that anyone could ever do to me that I would then hold against them. That doesn't mean I'm going to allow certain people in my life. So if, you like being mean or bullying and talking bad about people, well, we're not going to hang out. You're not going to be my people. We're not going to hang out, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to hold any resentments against anybody. Really, when I see people do this, all I see this is an act of wounding, and they're showing me all of their insecurities. And whatever it is that they're talking about that person, it's about them. The other day I was having a conversation, and someone was complaining about complainers, but they complained about it for about 45 minutes. And it was draining. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run away. I wanted to be anywhere but there. Once you get away from the negative energies, you actually can't tolerate them physically anymore. Like your body is going to tell you, you need to run away from this. This is not what you want. But here's the deal. You don't need to run away. You need to make a mental note. Not my people. Not my people. And as you let them go, these people who drag you down, and you just be in your own energy can be very, very, very uplifting. Some people are afraid to be alone. They're afraid to be by themselves. I tell people, I go on these spiritual enlightenment journeys. I go up to my cabin and I'm out there with no Wi-Fi, so I got no phone. Yeah, that's an adjustment. You know how often you reach for your phone to just check or just see or to just mindlessly open up YouTube and be like, oh, what's on there? No, you can't do that. You can't do that when you're out there in the wilderness. And so you really have to disconnect from everything. But in doing that, not having the Wi-Fi, not being able to talk to the people, you get to disconnect. You get to. And as you disconnect from all that, And you set an intention, right? I'm not going up there without an intention. I'm not going up there to be like, hey, I just want to be alone and I just want to be alone. No, not in a million. No, I don't want to be alone. I want to be there with the divine, and the divine's everywhere that I go. So that's who I'm spending my time with. This is my spiritual purpose here on earth. My purpose here is a spiritual one. I know this from the second that I was born. So it is all that calls to me, is to go out and have this spiritual union and to get into this divine alignment. So constantly, I know my ex told me he always thought I would leave him for spiritual reasons. In a roundabout way, I guess he's right, because had he not done what he did and I was there, and obviously my life would be completely different. So I'm so very truly thankful for everything, including all of the awful low vibrational things that he did, because it allowed me to be me, and it allowed me to seek to heal the hurt that I was experiencing. And through that seeking of, I have to heal this hurt or I want to die. I'm either going to kill myself or I'm going to heal this hurt. It was the only options. So I healed the hurt, and through that, I gained freaking enlightenment. So thanks, man. Thanks, man. He's obviously not listening to this, but if he was, thank you to you for all the awful, horrible things that you've done, because it truly helped me. It really was a gift. It was a beautiful, beautiful gift of darkness that I needed at that time. So when I go out by myself, and I'm there for weeks and weeks on end, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. I don't get lonely, really, I guess. I don't know that I have. So I go up there and I'm just there in my own energy by myself. I would highly, 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 highly recommend this to you. And if you think that this sounds awful, it wouldn't be. You need time with yourself to heal. So I have this program called the IFF, the Inner Freedom Formula. And really what we're doing is we're working through all of the dust that you have on your soul that is clouding your consciousness. And we're getting rid of all this dust. So anything that is lower than divine love, over a series of 9 months, this is what we're doing. We're working to get rid of this. And so kind of, by the end of it, I had done this work on myself for years and 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 years with someone who was not enlightened. So they're not guiding me through the proper ways of thinking and anything, but they're helping me heal the hurt and the trauma that was going on for years and years. So the benefit now would be when people are working with me, I know what the end goal is. I know what it is that we need to be connected to, which is divine alignment, which is the divine love. And in order to get there, you have to clear away everything that it isn't. And I know, people say this all the time, and you don't really understand what it is until you've done it. So it means anything that is not love. So are you angry? Do you have anger? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much anger do you have? Okay, 2 or 3? Maybe it's higher than that. So this is dust. This is dust on your soul, and it will keep all of this divine love that is all around you, that is seriously in every single thing, away. Anytime that you think about that anger, it tenses up your body, it tightens it up, it pushes away all the wonderful things that are meant for you. Do you have resentment? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much? 6? Oof. 7? That is dust. That is a lot of dust. This is something that is easily resolvable when you take yourself into a subconscious state and you heal this. So I know people do things to us, right? And it causes harm. Been there, done that. I get it. I know. And the thing is seeing the gift. And now it is so difficult to see the gift when you're in the middle of it. So difficult. Sometimes impossible. And sometimes it takes years and years to look back and realize, like, oh, had this not happened, then this wouldn't have happened. And what a wonderful gift it is that this thing happened. So it might take you several years to realize, like, oh, well, good thing that guy beat the crap out of me, or good thing that that woman treated me so frickin' horribly, and that we had to end our relationship, because now look where I'm at, right? But that it might take several years of healing the hurt and the pain to get to that point where it's like, oh, this is why. Yes, because this new thing is 100 million times better than that old thing. And those repeated patterns of the past, when you heal them, they don't repeat anymore. They stop. Their purpose is served. The lesson is learned. They don't need to be there anymore. This is why they keep happening. But why it keeps happening is because we have our subconscious mind, and it programs in patterns and repetitive things, and it does this all based on our beliefs. So when our beliefs change, then our life changes. So when we forgive someone, right, prior to the forgiveness, we believe that we are a victim, that people are mean and cruel to us, that we aren't treated properly, that we, all of the things. What are all the things that you believe about it? If you're still holding resentment towards someone, what do you believe? Think of all those things. So those beliefs are currently, if this is you, what is dictating your life. So change them, or they will continue to do the same thing, and you will see repeated patterns over and over and over and over and over again for eternity, or until you decide to heal it. But these are not a bad thing. What a wonderful gift they are, right? So the first relationship that I had taught me to not let people beat the crap out of me, to see the signs of someone who is controlling and wants to control everything that I do. The second relationship reinforced this. Why? I didn't learn the lesson from the first time. So I allowed somebody to control me. Oh, you want to go out with your friends? Oh, well, I'm going to guilt you so much that you just don't. That you just stay home and you just wait. For the next 20 years, you're just going to stay here and you're just going to wait for me. I learned so much. So much. I learned all the things that I will not accept anymore. So learning your value. What am I worth? What is it that I really want? Okay, so this is not going to be provided to me through this relationship, so I don't want it. And when you realize how valuable you are, which takes a lot, right? Some of us, maybe, when you're little, depending on your parents, you believe you're so valuable, you're so loved, you loved your parents, it's so wonderful, and these patterns repeat if this was the case for you. But it will all depend on your mindset at the time. So this is why children can grow up in the same household with the same loving parents, take the same vacations, and have completely different experiences based on their internal consciousness. What's going on in their mind? When something happens, how are they thinking about it? And it is from these things, from our own consciousness, that everything plays out in the universe, in our world. So if you had a parent that was very cruel and mean to you, more than likely, you are going to have subsequent relationships. This doesn't even mean romantic. This could be friendships. This could be anything where people treat you that exact same way. And because it is all that you've known, because this is a pattern from the past, because it's all that you've known, you accept it, you expect it, and you stay. And you just think, well, obviously, if my own parents only treated me this way, well, I couldn't expect just a regular person who's not my parent, who's supposed to, my parents are supposed to love me more than anybody else, and they didn't even love me, so, these people are obviously not going to be, good to me. But the only thing that you're actually seeing play out is your beliefs. You're just seeing your beliefs play out. And it is through those beliefs and those expectations that your reality is formed and created. And then you experience it. You're manifesting your life, moment to moment, second to second. So people can get caught up in all kinds of fantasies and delusions, and sit there and just think all day long, and create fake dreamy scenarios that are never going to happen, or that could happen if you acted on it, but they're never going to happen because you're not. And people waste all of their valuable, precious energy that is meant to be spent in divine alignment on random stuff. whatever it happens to be, living in their own fantasy world. And so let me give you an example of that. So let's say that you go out with friends and you get a vibe that you're like, oh, I don't know if, so-and-so likes me anymore. Maybe you've been friends with this person for like a long time, but this person may be giving you bad vibes. Okay, so you like all of a sudden, you leave the situation and now you're thinking, okay, I wonder if this person really likes me. And, like, did I do something? What's going on? Why are they acting this way? And you could get stuck in that thought pattern over and 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 over again until it becomes a serious problem, and you're going to go out with your friends again the next time and you're like, oh, is so-and-so going to be there? And you have changed your attitude, your mental attitude, your thoughts and your beliefs, and now it is damaging you. And it's going to damage this other person too, but it's damaging you. Whereas when you live in a heavenly mindset, you make excuses for people, but you don't allow people to abuse you. So you make heavenly excuses for them of, I wonder if they're going through something. I wonder if they're going through something hard. They weren't engaging with me like they normally would. Maybe they're going through something difficult. I wonder if this, whatever it is, you think about things in a different way that does not cause you hell or harm. You think heavenly thoughts. So when you are in divine alignment, you cast out heavenly things. So I was with my friend yesterday, and I don't even remember what it was that we were talking about, but we're just sitting out, hanging out, and I said something about, we're creating heaven. We're putting the heaven on it. We were talking about something that I said, just put the heaven on it. Talking about something else, just put the heaven on it. And just saying that completely changed the direction of the conversation. And it wasn't a negative one to begin with, but it was kind of a, I don't really know about this, or whatever. Okay, well, if we put the heaven on it, what does it look like? And it was like, yeah, that's what we need to do. Put the heaven on it. So when I very first came down, this is what I do all day long. When I'm driving down the road, I am actually with my own vision, with my own mind, with my own energy. I am projecting and putting this beautiful divine white heavenly light on everything. There is many homeless people here in this town, and every time I see them, I don't see them as what they are. I see them as the 100% healed and best version of themselves. So if an example would be, okay, he's pushing a bike down a street and perhaps was looking a little rough. Well, no, I don't see that. I see him walking down the street dressed nicely with a smile on his face with a family that cares about him. And as we give and as we do in this way, I'm not delusional. What it is we are creating heaven on earth. It's us that does it. It's us that does it. We were told we have free will, and we do have freaking free will. You get to choose what you think about all day long, don't you, right? You can think about whatever it is that you want to think about. That's your free will. And as you get to think about that, because your thoughts are electric, and as they go out and they are returned to you through magnetism, it is your free will that what vibrates back into your life, what is returned back to you, came to you because it's what you sent out. So when you send out only goodness, when I say put the heaven on that, what are you doing? You're putting out only the goodness, and you're expecting that whatever the situation is, that it is wrapped in goodness, that it is the best intentions. Why? Because is that harming you by thinking that? No. But is it harming you by thinking something negative? Yes. Pretty simple. Is it harming the other person by thinking something good about them? No. It is a divine blessing. Telepathy is real. It will be received. But is it harming them, thinking something negative? Yes. It's simple. It's the golden rule. Is this helping? Is this hurting? But sometimes we live in such a fantasy world that we waste all of our energy on make-believe, on not real. Why is this harming us? I believe it's called limerence. Why is this harming us? Because you only have so much energy in the day. And so if you're wasting all your mental energy, which is just the same as exercise energy, you could be so exhausted by the end of the day, you didn't do anything physical, it was all thought, right? Because our thoughts are energy, electric, just like our body moves with energy, electricity. As we waste all of that mental energy, what frequency did it go out on? What vibe are your fantasies? Are they high vibe or are they low? If they're high, whatever, go ahead, have at it. Take some action, do something about it. Are they low vibe? Clear them out, get rid of them, get rid of the dust on your soul, because you are going to get more things that are low vibe back to you. Whatever it is that we're sending out, we're getting it back. Now I know we have to be realistic because we've created things in our past that will come back to us now. So as soon as we start putting the heaven on everything, you can say, well, that's not realistic. This person and this and this and that and whatever. You know what? All I got to say is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what somebody does to you. Let them be them. Let them be. And from that, you'll know. Do you want to be around these energies or do you not? Do these energies bring goodness to you or do they not? It's so simple. And if you're unsure, well, just take some time. Note how you feel before an interaction. Note how you feel after an interaction. And now I'm not saying that every single day is the same. But I know many people, because they've told me, that have to deal with people who are very negative in their day. And they're like, oh, this is difficult. It could be a family member. It could be anything. It's like, oh, I'm obligated to talk to this person. You know what? You're absolutely not obligated to talk to anybody or to do anything that you don't want to do. I know it seems that way, but that's not the truth. That's a limiting belief. And if you say, well, but this person doesn't have anybody else, well, I wonder why. Because everyone else would run screaming away from their negative energy, and you're tolerating it. But this is a lesson for you. It's about connection. Is that connection a truthful and honest one? Or when you're sitting there having that conversation, are you thinking things in your head like, get me the F out of here, get me the F, but you're not saying anything about it? Then you're wearing a mask, you're not being truthful, you're not being honest. So there's fear that is there in that relationship. So do you want fear in your relationships? Well, this person's not going to accept and love me anymore if I was to say, this or that. Okay, well, what kind of harm is being done to you in the meantime? And wouldn't that kind of be okay? If they're like, oh, you're way too positive for me. All right, good riddance. Let them go. Bye. I know it's difficult when it's someone in your family, but these are the toughest lessons that it is that you have to learn, just to be honest, be yourself. And if you would accept them no matter what, then expect the same. And if it doesn't go both ways, well, then I guess you know where you stand. And look at all that wasted energy. And here's the deal. Energy drainers, it's forever. They are unaware, or they're aware, but they're not going to change what it is that they're doing. But what you can do is change what it is that you're doing, and it will have a direct result on them. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. If you expect that every time that you come across this person, they're going to behave in this certain way, you're 100% right. So if you could truly change your expectations, if you could truly change the belief that the next time that you see them, they're going to behave in this positive way, then they would. It is 100% your beliefs. Let me give you an example. I had a client come to me who was telling me, oh, I have to deal with this woman who's in town and she's so mean to me, and I don't know why she's so mean to me. I've never done anything to her, but every time I see her, she is just horrible to me. Like, it really bothers me, And I can't remember how many years, in town that this has been going on. And so we work on it. We do some of the techniques that I would do, all subconscious stuff. She comes in about a week later and tells me, I ran into that woman. She was nice to me. She came over, she said hi telling me all about her experience. Why did this happen? Because our beliefs are the only thing that we are experiencing in this world. It is only our consciousness. We are the creative forces here. This is what we're experiencing. And so we did telepathic work with this woman so that she could see the effect that she was having on this woman. This is all we did, was have her see the effect that she was having, and then all of a sudden she's one of the nicest people around. Why? Because we did telepathic work, and because my client was expecting something completely different, and so she got it. So when we expect of these people the same thing that we see, why do we expect it? Because we see the same thing, but what's your expectation? It's the same thing. So when you expect the same thing, you're gonna get it over and over and over and over again. So expect different. Expect something more beneficial. Put the heaven on it, like I say. Put the heaven on it. Just sprinkle some heaven on it. Because we're all here for the same purpose, and our only purpose is to connect with the divine love that exists within everything. It's our only purpose. That is our purpose. Connect with that divine love. Because it's the be-all and everything. And once you actually connect with this divine love, once you've cleared away all the dust, once you've healed all that past trauma, all those expectations of what you think is going to be in your tomorrow, rather than expecting something wonderful to be in your tomorrow, a wonderful gift is just waiting for you tomorrow. When you truly believe this, everything changes because your mind, your consciousness has changed and created something different for yourself. You definitely don't want to be in the same mindset that you were 10 years ago, right? No, you don't want to be in that same level of consciousness that you were in 10 years ago. No, you want to evolve. You want to move higher. And in order to get higher, you need to let go of the energies, the beliefs, the thoughts that are no longer serving you, that they're no longer helpful to you. And how do you do that? First of all, you need to become aware of what they are, but is asking yourself, what's going on in my life that I don't like? Oh, okay, well, this is going on. Okay, well, what do I believe about it? Okay, and what did I do to create this situation in my life? And then once you got those answers, you know what you're working with. And then, rather than the past trauma dictating your future, you can operate from a healed place by healing that hurt, the pains from the past, and you can move forward into the future expecting completely different and therefore getting different results. Because your past traumas are no longer dictating your current creations, your current manifestations. You are. You're in control through your free will, through your own consciousness. Well, I love you all. Thank you very much for tuning in and for listening here today. Please like, share, subscribe, share this with a friend. Turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a new one. And I love y'all, my darlings. My dears, I will see you guys tomorrow.